let's go back and do Conjurer again. The game just said no. Alright, let's try it again. Let's do it the right way. Let's move on, and here we go. Alright, so I have Magic Dart. Here we go. I'm just terrible with casters, which is why Ogre is so good for me, because you have so many hit points, and you can adjust. I'm used to being big and meaty, and when you're like a tanky character, you have a lot of hit points, so if you start making mistakes, you have more margin for error. Whereas with caster, it's like, it goes south, and you have about like 2 turns, and it's over. All right. Dude, it was not meant to be at all. That was awful. It is a dagger, and it's a nice dagger too, right? Let's get it. Okay. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to wield the dagger, and if it stinks, we will wait until we can get remove curse. Ooh, look at this. +2 dagger of draining. Not too shabby. We can wreck some people with this. The empty inventory is sad, isn't it? It's like you have lost everything. You know what, I made some other mistakes too. This is how I apologize. I'm just going to keep like replaying it in my brain, but I should have consumed a brilliance potion before I went through that final transporter. You know, I should have had a brilliance potion and my haste potion going. I don't think I had resistance, but I should have done more. There's that plate armor I've been looking for. And by looking for, I mean, I can't use it, but because I'm Draconian. Alright, so we did hit level 2, right? So that means we can get Searing Ray. And let's get it. Searing Ray is just a beautiful spell. Even in a situation like this, it's pretty good. Like that. Look at that. Searing Ray just killed all 3 of those dogs in one shot. That's right, Searing Ray. Do your work. That hobgoblin with the club is kind of scary. I gotta shoot him from far away. Alright, spellcasting. Working it. Absolutely they do, JR. So, what determines how a spell fails, for example, your skills affect it. Your spellcasting and your skill in that particular school of magic and your intelligence. So as your intelligence and your skill in that particular school of magic for the spell and your spellcastings increase, it becomes less likely that you fail. But the higher the level of spell, obviously, the harder it is to cast. That character gave it to me on a silver platter, too, and I botched it. I always feel so bad in the game when you blow it. Like when the game gives you a pretty good hand, you know, like deals you pretty good cards, and then you just mismanage it. Oh no, another worm? I can't take on 2 worms. Not with this MP pool. Alright. Do I have anything to throw? No. Man, this guy got his hit points back a little faster than I wanted. Alright, we'll get him. Alright. See, this is the thing, too. Magic Dart doesn't... It can't miss. So you start out with an incredibly accurate spell, and then it gets less accurate over time. I wonder if I should have just tried the Searing Ray, the Death Drake, but it probably just didn't do enough, wouldn't have done enough damage fast enough to be effective. Scary. I'm gonna run. I can't take this guy. Oh god. I went the wrong way. I zigged when I should have zagged. Alright. Got him. Got him with the old knife. And there we go. So, I have Searing Ray, and then I'm 14% fail on Dazzling Flash, which we're never going to get. But Prism is good. There we go. Oh yeah, I got this like these are basically lo-fi video game remixes, JR, so you might recognize a lot of the music as it's like just music that from particular video games that these artists have chosen, and then they just kind of tweak it a little bit and put a nice chill beat behind it. Yeah, that's a scary entourage of orcs. That's too much for me. I don't think so. Oh, what's this guy got? He's got a... Oh. Well, I thought he had something good, but he doesn't. Alright. It happens. You got a -2 short sword. I'm sorry. Alright. The Orcish Wizard is tough, so I want to kind of lure him out. There we go. Man, this guy. There we go. So, spellcasting good, conjuration's good, and fulminant prism still too far away. Exactly, JR. I'm the same way. I like it because I'll be like, oh yeah, I recognize this theme or whatever. Oh, well, we got a buckler right off. I'm actually going to wield this buckler. So I'm going to turn on shields and start training it. Ooh. Unknown altar. Nemelix, anyone? Should we deal some cards? Nemelix is fun. What do you guys think? Should we repeat and go with Vehement again? Or should we mess around with some other gods? That's a great question, JR. So the altars allow you to worship a god, and gods give you special powers over time once you show your devotion by doing things that they like, usually just killing stuff. And for example, in the last game, I worshipped Vehement, which is like the god of magical destruction. And Vehement helps you out. Zom time. Yeah, exactly. You get to pick whichever god that you can find and choose that to worship. All of the gods will eventually be present in the game, but sometimes it's hard to find their altars. This is Dungeon 3, so finding a god altar on Dungeon 3 is pretty fortunate. It's pretty early. There's a place called the Ecumenical Temple, which lives between Dungeon 4 and 7. It's random. And in there you can find a bunch of gods to pick from if you're going for a specific one. And if you don't find it in the Ecumenical Temple, I believe that all of the basic gods you will find by Dungeon 9. I could be wrong about that precise number, but I know that eventually you will find them all. Alright, we need a different staircase. That staircase is bunk. Okay. Have we found any armor that we can wear? Nope. Just this buckler. How we doing with shields? Real good. Real good. We're amazing with shields. Get this ant out of here. Level 6. Make me smarter. Alright, so our scales are tougher, and we are cleverer. So let's think about this. We're worse at casting spells, by the way, because we have a shield on. Our fail rate went up with our spells because of my shield. But a shield gives you a tremendous bit of survivability that is usually worth it. There are 3 sizes of shields: buckler, kite, and tower. And the smaller the shield, the less impact it has overall on your spellcasting ability. Oh, look at this. +2 Robe of Willpower. Man, that would be awesome. But unfortunately, we're a Draconian, so no armor for us. There's Edmund. I don't know. I don't have anything. I have a Wand of Random Effects. I have... Okay. Let's go up. I haven't identified any scrolls yet, so let's do that. What I like to do, JR, when you're starting this game, all of the scrolls and potions are unidentified. You don't know what they are. And you have to find out by using them or identifying them or seeing an enemy use them. And usually the most common scroll, I should say, is Identify. So I'm going to read one of these out of the stack of 7, and it's actually Remove Curse. So that's okay. So we got a bunch of scrolls of Remove Curse. And if we had any equipment, like jewelry, we could put it on without fear. Let's try this stack of 3, and it's Enchant Armor. We have... Oh, we could enchant our buckler. That's cool. And let's see. Let's try this stack of 3. It's Fear. Wow, that's a lot of Fear scrolls. And what about this Magic Mapping Enchant Weapon? Okay. Interesting. And there's Identify, finally. Alright. Now, with Identify, what we can do is look into our potions. Identifying potions is one of the most important parts of the game early on. No, armor never breaks. There's no durability in this game, thank God. For the record, item durability is one of my least favorite game mechanics overall. I just find it tedious and frustrating, but at the same time, sometimes games can do it okay, but I would prefer to not have to deal with it. IBK, you do have too many points, and I forgot to research your question of how to like implement something where people can vote and wager points. Terraria is nice because there's no durability. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, so I'm going to identify this stack of 4 potions, and they're potions of mutation. That's pretty funny. If we wanted, we could just get nuts and drink a bunch of potions of mutation and see how our character turns out. You sent me the link on Discord and I ignored it? Aw, IBK, I'm sorry. I didn't see it. That's just user error, IBK. That's just me not learning to read. I'll check it. Did you send it as a private message or just post it in the general or something? Anyway, IBK, I gotta go back and look. Perfect. Thank you for posting that. Degeneration. So, okay, thank you, IBK. I'll go back and look. I got 2 degeneration. We dropped these immediately because they're the worst. They're actively bad, in fact. And then, yep, not much we can do. I'm going to go ahead and enchant my, oh, no, don't drop that. I'm going to enchant my shield all the way up. And let's see. Yeah, this is as good as this shield can get. But the nice thing about using enchant armor on a shield is your shield skill, this SH right here, reflects your chance to block attacks, basically. And it's like a die roll that you make. And if you block an attack, it could be a spell or an arrow or a melee attack. Any attack that's blockable with your shield, if you do, it's 100% blocked. And so pumping up your shield skill is a great way to avoid taking damage. Oh, here comes Edmund. Sir Edmund Hillary. Alright. Not really. He's not as good as Sir Edmund Hillary. He's not climbed Mount Everest. Not even once, that Edmund. Let's start blasting these orcs. Oh, here's an orc priest, which is a particularly irksome enemy, but we got him. Alright, so here we are. We're looking good. I'm fine with continuing to raise our skills as such. We're going to find out what color we are really, really soon. There's Edmund again, man. Alright, here's what we're going to do with Edmund. So Edmund is just a big, tough dude. Oh, interesting. Thank you. So it's part of the creator dashboard. Cool. Ah, perfect, IBK. That's a good place for that. Thank you. I think it just got consumed in the general chat, and I didn't scroll up far enough to read it, IBK, and that's just my fault. Thank you so much. So Edmund doesn't have any long-range attacks. So what I can do is just nuke him, and if it's going well, I stay in and fight him. And if it goes badly, I just go up the stairs and get the hell out of here. So, let's see. Let's just give him this. And I'm going to hit the steps, be on the steps. And then here, I can Searing Ray. Yeah, I haven't done enough damage to him. He has too many hit points. He has a Dire Flail of Protection. And is wearing +3 leather armor of positive energy. That Dire Flail of Protection is massive. Using Twitch, I added everything to buy with channel points that look good, but I can probably make up some more stuff because there's just not enough to do. It's not as fun and interactive as it should be. This Dire Flail will kill me, so I gotta get out of here. Dire Flail is just a massive, massive weapon that has a chance to do a bajillion damage, and a bajillion damage is not something that this character can deal with. Ooh, that would be spicy, IBK. my win rate would go down dramatically. Although it couldn't get much worse than that last character that died on Dungeon 2. I haven't had a character die that fast in a while. It's funny. But once you get better at Dungeon Crawl, that's how it is. Like, most of the time, you'll make it to the mid-game before you die. But if you don't, it's just an instant death. Like that one. Alright, we got 10,000 character points. Next character goes I like it. That's a good point, IBK. Yeah, you make it really expensive, and then it's just like, uh-oh. It's like uber hard mode time. I like that. It would just kind of break it up and just add some volatility. There's Kiku and Uskaiwa. I don't think so. And there's Edmund again. So we're going to go down and just skip the rest of Dungeon 4 because we can't really take Edmund right now. Can't use inventory for 10 minutes? Oh my god. That would be insane. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we transformed and we are pale cyan gray. Well, looks like air magic, boys. Or fire. So we're fire magic, air magic, and evocations, and we can breathe blasts of scalding opaque steam. It scalds them and obscures their vision. That's interesting. Let me check my skills now. So evocations have been boosted, and so will be air magic and fire magic. Yeah, Microchasm, I feel that's actually not bad. It's good for a caster. It's like a targeted scroll of fog. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. So it's like, oh, here's the temple. Thank goodness. I'll do it right now. I'll show you. This is my breath attack. So it makes like all of these clouds. Oh, I killed the guy with it. That does damage. Hey, Panda, what's up, my friend? How you living? We're on a new Draconian, Panda. We died. Yeah, Squandered. I like pale. And my outfit looks hilarious. I have like some kind of red and gold mosaic one piece on. I don't know what's happening, but that's what I've got. I'm wearing some sweet clothes. Alright, so then... Ooh, this is a funny ecumenical temple. Look at all these death clouds. Here we are, and here's the gods that we have access to right now. You know what got me, Panda, was I was in the gauntlet, and in the last room of the transporter, there was a death drake, and I just couldn't hit it. It was too evasive for my iron shot, and I was standing in its, like, death miasma, and I just couldn't escape. Too much poison, too much damage. It was awful. Honestly, I'm going to go Vehumid again, just because I'm so inexperienced as a caster. I want something really safe that will give me air and fire spells. So let's just go ahead and do it.